Hello everyone, and welcome back to the garden. Now it's the very end of winter and the garden is slowly starting to fill with colour. The autumn sown flowers are growing quickly and it won't be long until they start to flower. And the propagation tunnel is filling with seedlings which we started sowing earlier this year. We're still busy sowing and will continue to do so until April. There's still clearing up to be done in the woodland following the storm in early January. But we're embracing the new possibilities it's given us. We've cut hazel poles in the woodland and used them to create a frame for a dead hedge in the new orchard. The fallen cedar branches have a new purpose: to create a place for birds to nest and small mammals and insects to shelter. I'm trying to get all of the winter jobs finished before spring arrives, and one of them is planting bare root roses, which I'm going to do today. I had a delivery of some lovely David Austin bare root roses in November, which were heeled into the vegetable garden, and they really need to get out into the cut flower garden. So these are the 3 roses, and they've been overwintering in here whilst the vegetable garden is not really being used over the winter. We've got a few beetroots here, but there's not much happening in the vegetable garden in the winter, which means these raised planters are the ideal place for overwintering bare root trees and shrubs that arrive, sort of a holding area before I'm ready to actually get them out into the garden. So these arrived in November. They've already put on leaf and they are definitely ready to get out into the cut flower garden. So I'm going to move them now. I was a bit greedy when I ordered these roses. I've got 2 planting holes here, but I've got 3 roses to plant. I do love the roses bred by David Austin. They are just, for me, absolute perfection. I've got roses by other rose companies, but the David Austin ones just steal my heart every time. So I've got 3 varieties going in, which will all be used for my wedding floristry. I've got a variety called Sexy Rexy, which has got a great name. I've got Emma Bridgewater, which is this one, which has the most lovely pinky coloured flowers which fade to a really sort of dusty pink, a really popular colour for wedding flowers. And I've also got Champagne Moment, which is a rose I actually already have, but I use so much of it, I just had to get another. Now that those roses are in, there's one last job to be done before winter ends, and that's to prune these roses. I prune them pretty hard, They were given a cut in the autumn to reduce the height down, to reduce the risk of wind rock. And now they need their final winter prune. So I'm going to leave them with just 5 upright stems. I'm going to remove anything that appears to be crossing, and I'm going to remove any dead wood. And then they're going to be ready for producing loads of beautiful, healthy stems come summer. It's finally time to cut back the herbaceous perennials and grasses. I try to cut as much as possible into small pieces to create a mulch for the plants and cover for small creatures who live in the garden. I'm taking advantage of the abundance of flowers that seem to have just arrived in the garden, and I'm going to make an arrangement. I've got some really lovely things here. I've got some camellia that I've stripped the leaves from, which I think look much more elegant when the leaves are being removed. I've got these fabulous hellebores, which I've scored the stem with a knife so that they've had a really good drink, and that will stop it from wilting. I've got some clematis armandii, and I've also got the very first of the magnolia stellata, which have these fabulous star-like flowers. As always, I'm using chicken wire and water for my arrangement. I don't use any floral foam because it has such a catastrophic environmental impact. I found the very first anemone of the season as well. A snail or a slug has eaten the edges of the petals, which does give it a slightly frilly effect, but I'm going to use it anyway because it's the very first of the year. It's so nice to finally have a vase filled with a real variety of flowers. It feels like spring is almost here, and even at the very end of February, like we are now, there is such a variety of different things with lots of scent as well. We've got these fabulous hellebores, which I absolutely adore, and I'm so excited that the anemones are also arriving because they are one of my favourites. And it won't be long before we have the tulips and the ranunculus and all of the other fabulous spring flowers. But for now, I'm going to take these into the house and really treasure them. Thank you for joining me in the garden. I really love sharing the garden with you. Take care, and I will see you soon.